Rodrigo del Campo en el Hotel Four Seasons de la Ciudad de México con el hombre fuerte del UFC Latinoamérica, Jaime Pollack. Jaime, an announcement at least 10, 11 years in the making. The UFC is finally coming to Mexico.
Yeah, we're so happy. We could not wait to be here. For us, the timing's come for this day. It's taken that time now, but we're ready. Everything's in line. So the goal was to give the fans exactly what they're looking for at the highest levels, and we're able to do that now. We're able to do it on broad distribution in a great new arena. We'll be at the Mexico City Arena. So now is the time for everything to happen.
And now, I mean, what's the logistics behind an event like this? I mean, obviously it took some time getting the UFC network into as many homes as possible, setting up the Ultimate Fighter, setting up the development program for the fighters in the region. Right. What is the logistical nature now for the event? I mean, getting the arena, getting the permissions, getting everything ready for November.
Sure. I mean, a lot of the work we do is actually years of work that we're doing. Some of my first trips to Mexico were 7 years ago. And so being in Mexico over the years now, we've developed some great relationships. We have a great relationship now at the Mexico City Arena. We met them 3 years ago, for example. And so because we've got those roots now, we're able to plan far in advance, make sure we do things in a really new way for Mexico. You know, there'll be some U.S. standards in terms of how we market, things we do, how we touch the fans, but we'll be able to localize it in a different way that Mexicans aren't even used to for regular live events because it's so special.
And who will be regulating this event in Mexico City? Is it the local commission? Is it you, the UFC? Who will be doing this?
So we're working on that now. The most important thing, and it's a great question for us, is to make sure it's at the highest level of standards for regulation so that we have all the medical testing, all the background checks, all the licensing. So you know, either we will self-regulate it or we will work closely with one of the regulators here. As long as the unified rules are followed, the same standards as the Nevada Athletic Commission are followed, then we'll be in good shape.
I know you were one of the key persons in the comeback of the UFC in Brazil. I know you're faced with a similar situation. The event that will go on here, because of Ken's stature, is a pay-per-view event in the U.S. So you have the problem, quote problem, of doing a local event that has also to sell in the U.S. You need a main event and a co-main event that is popular for Mexico, but also will give you pay-per-views in the state. How difficult is it to get the lineup just right for the two markets at the same time?
Yeah, no, it's definitely a balance. I mean, I think you hit it right. We've had many events that we've successfully done with the same balance in Brazil. And Dana said it today, we plan to come with the best card that we can. It will be a pay-per-view in the U.S. It will be on UFC Network in the rest of the region. So for us, it's important to come with our best foot forward, come with the best fight card. And I do think now we've got a nice array of fighters who are Latino, who are from Latin America. And you'll see a lot of new talent coming from the Ultimate Fighter. So you'll see fighters from the whole region, not just Mexico. A lot of those fighters will be on the card. A lot of those fighters now are in the UFC. So that mixture will be something the fans will like to see. And of course, all of the bigger name fighters that work, no matter what country is watching or where they are or where they're from, they will be received, I think, very well here in Mexico too.
And a question that many people from Latin America have asked us. I mean, I know you're working hard to try to get the Ultimate Fighter in as many free-to-air channels as possible. Do you have any finalist deals for the rest of the region?
So right now we're working on all those deals. The show will premiere the week of August 18th. And so we're committed now in Panama with Next TV. We have a TV partner in Peru with America TV in Peru. We're finishing deals in some of the other regions. We have deals with Telefutura in Paraguay, with Red Uno in Bolivia, and we'll start to add on the rest of the countries over the next few months.
And now, as far as ticket sales, I mean, you mentioned they'll start at the week of August 26th, right?
That's right.
Do you have a price point for these tickets?
Not yet. So we'll come out with that shortly when we're ready to start to, you know, really push the ticket sales, and we'll have a specific date for that on sale. There'll be a big window for people to be ready to buy, so we'll give people as much notice as possible.
And one last question: when can we expect announcements on the rest of the fights from the card?
So I think as those fights are put together, we'll bring those out in order as soon as we know them. Right now, Dana's said who the main fight will be. It will be Cain versus Verdum. I think that's going to be exciting. You'll see a lot of the Ultimate Fighters from the Ultimate Fighter Latin America on the card. Obviously, we announced the weight classes today, 135, 145, so there'll be sets of 2 finalists fighting. So we'll have 2 potential Ultimate Fighter winners in each weight class. And then the rest of the card, as we put it together, we'll let you know.